you have to get a passport essentially to go get coochie, then that says something about you. Why? Because there's millions of people here in America, including people that travel overseas. So if you can't get a girl here, then good luck getting a girl anywhere else. And you also want to know why? Because in other countries, men are held at a different standard. They are providers. They do pay for a lot of it. They are the main breadwinner, and they do take care of like a lot of you men nowadays, huh? And what? Y'all don't like America because we have free will here? Or is it because women have more rights and we're able to provide for ourselves, and now that we're realizing that we don't need you, it's showing? And now y'all are mad, talking about, oh, we're going to get our passport. Go ahead.
The free will, we are talking about even men that are deciding to look for wives overseas have the same free will. So why should you find it fit to attack them when you yourself are exercising a free will?
Passport bros, can y'all just go? I mean, what's taking you so long?
Let's talk about how women see passport bros in a way that maybe men will understand better. So let's go sports. You are a mid-level baseball player, and you're on a team full of A players, winning championships, winning every game. But not that many people notice you because there are far better players on the team.
Scroll on the internet today, and I can't help but see all the hard L's that all the passport bros are taking. And honestly, I'm not even the slightest bit surprised by this. You saw dude on 90 Day Fiance got flame roasted by his Filipino fiance for being fat and ugly. Or the American dude who was arguing with the Middle Eastern woman. She was telling him the expectation is that the husband pays all the bills. And he rebutted with, well, in America, fam, you're not in America. That's why you went there. You wanted a traditional woman. And it's like, y'all really just don't get it. Every passport bro I know in the real world is an American bottom feeder in our dating pool, okay? He complains about gold diggers while he has no gold. He wants to escape the dating expectations of American women, but then complains about the marriage expectations of traditional foreign women. They want a woman who isn't ran through after they spent their whole life running through women. And I genuinely feel like
Out if you know any passport bro in real life. Looks like you've been watching a lot of TV, because all those examples you've given me, those are shows.
So let's go ahead and dive in real quick. Let's fall down the rabbit hole that is the conundrum of passport bros. So traditional women come with traditional fathers or traditional brothers who will want to know why you feel entitled to a traditional woman whose culture you're not acclimated with and you can't uphold. And furthermore, they're going to want to know why you couldn't lead the women in your society down a traditionally virtuous path. Like you were okay with exploiting American women so long as it appeased your agenda. But at the end of the day, if the women here are ran through, it was you or your predecessors that ran through us. It was y'all that led us here. So you've already shown them, culturally speaking, you lack the ability to be the strong alpha male leader that you want to be treated as such. Now, let's say you don't go to a religious or culturally traditional society. You go somewhere economically desolate to find someone more submissive. Understand these women are using your ideology against you, and rightfully so, because you were trying to manipulate them into submission. Y'all think you can exploit these countries that have these gorgeous young women that are open to pursuing American men, but typically you're choosing countries that rely upon tourism to substantiate their economy, which means she likely works at a resort or prostitutes, or in most cases, both. So not only is she not traditional, she's playing on your desire to find such. And when you agree to marry or sponsor a foreigner legally, you're obligated to support them for 10 years, contrary to the relationship. So yeah, she's using you. She'd be a fool not to. Let's just be for real here. One, American women you leaving to find love. You're not going to put us in competition with foreign women for American bottom feeders. We're not jealous of them. In honesty, we pity them, but you know, I also empathize with them, because if I was in the similar plight or predicament, I would probably do the same.
If you don't care that the men are living, then what is it then? Is it that you feel humbled that men are not choosing you? Is it that the Ray are not marrying you, and these guys that you are putting a friends on, all the guys you are calling the bottom feeders, are looking for those guys to get married to? After you've been with the Ray Rays and you have so many kids, and now you're looking for these responsible guys to take care of you.
Number two, traditional women will ultimately not work out for primarily one of two reasons. Number one, you can't acclimate to their culture and be a traditional man. Or number two, they adapt to ours and realize that you are a bottom feeder and eventually leave you. And number three, preying on women whose country suffers financial hardship is a surefire way to get preyed on yourself. And to be honest, you deserve that. To think that you can indenture a woman into submission is pathetic. And I can guarantee she's got the drop on your play and she's been working you from the jump. Even third world countries have better educational systems than America does. And foreign women are not riddled with feminist rhetoric. They're completely okay with saying that you have to pay for everything because that's how they were raised. Love only works when it happens organically with good intention. If you want a better quality of woman, be a better quality of man. But complaining about what you attract here in America and thinking you can fool a foreigner into seeing past your subpar placement in natural selection, wild.
So I had to take some time to think on this to see how I really felt about this statement. Am I as bothered by them when they leave the country as if they're staying within the country? To put it simply, yes.
She said yes, she's bothered by them living.
Allow me to list a few of the reasons why I'm still bothered whether or not these passport bros stay in America or if they go to another country to terrorize them. These men who are seeking these traditional women are still 8 times out of 10 not traditional. So you're going to another country to seek a woman who's traditional to then devalue her by forcing her to live a non-traditional life. In the midst of this, we have to talk about how often is it that a man will actually take on the culture of his wife? Not likely. So unlikely that in a lot of religions they tell you you can't even date a woman who's not your religion because it is your job as the man to make the woman follow your lead, not the other way around. So if these men are going to these countries seeking these women to marry, they are then expecting these women to conform to their American lifestyle while they're still living in this other woman's country. I doubt that he's taking much interest within her culture or within her community outside of the fact that he now lives in this culture. I doubt that he's making it a part of his everyday thing now. I doubt that it's now what he completely wants his children to be raised by. I'm pretty sure he still wants a pretty Americanized lifestyle. Now, by doing this, what you're doing is destroying another person's culture. By taking your Americanized ideas to where they are and trying to get them to conform, we see the problem here, right? These women don't want to be colonized. Another unspoken truth is that foreigners don't want foreigners. They want people in their own country. By doing so, you're destroying their economy, you're destroying their morals, and you're changing up everything that their culture is, which is its own thing before you came and brought your ideas to their place. And last but certainly not least, the economy. The same way that Americans don't want an influx of foreigners within our country, other countries feel the same. It's not good for our economy to lose this amount of people, and depending on the economy they're going to, it's not good for that economy to gain that amount of people. Now, I know you as male leaders don't tend to care much about how you affect the economy of your economy or others' economy, but that's something that actually matters when you're making these choices. And I'm sure the response is going to be, why do I care? I mean, I'm not getting flown out to these regions, nor am I having these men seeking me because I am American, but I care about others. It's crazy, right? I try to leave it in your hands as male leaders, but y'all are leading us down a very bad path, and now y'all are taking this bad leadership to another country to now, I don't want to say enslave their women because that sounds so strong, but... And allow me to take it one step further. Consider this one a bonus thought. When a woman seeks a man for protection and for providing, you all say that she has daddy issues and there's some type of trauma attached to that. So why is it that now that men are having to leave the country to look for women to take care of them, the house, and the kids, that this is not considered mommy issues or attached to some type of trauma?
Let me educate her on the economy. She touched a bit on the economy that when the passport bros are moving from the USA going to Asia, like these foreign countries, they don't want these foreigners because it affects their economy. Yes, it does, not in a negative way, actually in a very much positive way. If you look at the passport bros, most of them, they are making their money or income from the USA. So when they go to these foreign lands, they are not spending their dollars in the USA. They are spending their foreign currencies in those countries. So what happens is, if somebody wants to buy something, they will have to get those USA dollars and then they have to exchange with the local currency. What that does to the local currency is that it appreciates. So the more people you have going into these countries, the better their currency will perform against other currencies. Why? Because there is demand for the local currency. So if a passport bros moves with his $100,000 to these Asian countries, he has to exchange part of that money into the local currency. So there is demand that's created for the local currency. So you're buying the local currency, you create demand, so there will be an influx. You find that currency will start doing better than other currencies in general. Maybe that's my education to you, ladies, since you are talking about the economy. Guys, subscribe to the channel and thumbs up. I'll see you in the next one.